Well, hello there, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new Collectible Corner episode where I'll be taking a look at an item from my collection, and today it is an item from Star Wars. So let's get a hold of it. There we have it, this new Force FX Elite Star Wars Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber. Let's take a look. So today, like I said, this new Star Wars Black Series Force FX Elite lightsaber I actually picked up on the other side of Christmas. It was the beginning of December, I believe, when I actually got a hold of this. It's an item that I had on pre-order for some considerable time that I squirreled away money for. So we're going to get into it and take a look. Now, I do have many other lightsaber, but these ones here you can detach the actual blade from, unlike the others, the Force FX lightsabers that used to come out. I believe the first of this type was the Darth Revan lightsaber, which I did get a hold of. I only had it for a few days, and it would change colour from purple to red and back again. However, it got stuck on one colour after only a couple of days, so I lost faith in the sort of technology and wanted to wait a little bit down the line, a year or two, to see whether they'd improved. So lastly, it brought me to this Obi-Wan Kenobi one. And there we go. So we're going to get into this now. Let's do it. So just reading the back of this, it has advanced LEDs, authentic lightsaber sound effects, removable blade, has a cutting effect, blaster deflect effects, progressive ignition, dual effect. It has a display emitter, real metal hilt, a display stand, and yes. So let's get this opened. And it takes 3 AA batteries within it to make it work. So I'm going to get into the box itself. If you can bear with me. I don't know the best way to go about this at the minute. Now the box for this isn't a keeper for me at all. I haven't got room to store all these boxes anyway, so the box will be broken down and thrown in the bin. So, sorry, I've done it all off camera, but I've got the box open, as you can see. So let's get this baby out. Okay, so as you can see, it's all coming out slowly but surely. Oh dear. Well, there we have it. So I'm going to get rid of that box there, and then we'll take a look at this. So the box can fly back out from where it flew in. Big card there. So here we have it. Star Wars Force FX Black Series. It's all in a box like this. So we'll take a look at it one bit at a time, shall we? So first off, let's take out this here. That's part of the stand. And then what do we have in here? We have the rest of the stand. I'm assuming that's part of the stand. I don't know, we shall see. So, get this undone. This is the metal stand for the piece, like so. I've got no idea what that does. We'll find out in a minute anyway. So we got that, we got those pieces. This is metal. This is a plastic piece. I like how it's sort of got that imperial sort of Star Wars architecture kind of a feel to it, with the holes and the elongated holes and that in it. Put that to one side. And I need a pair of scissors for this. I need a pair of scissors. I'll be back. Scissors in tow because it's got bits that are held on there all around it. So let me snip all them in one hit. I'll have a look at that little book momentarily. So I think I've got cut all the bits off. So okay, so first off, we have the blade. Obi-Wan Kenobi written upon it. The reason for that is if you're collecting a few of them and you just have the hilts on display, you know which blade goes with which hilt. So let me just place that precariously up there. That's a tad too precarious. Yeah, I'm just going to put that outside there, out of my way. And then here we have, I don't know. Oh, this is obviously part of the hilt of the lightsaber, and that is heavy. It's metal. It's got some good weight to it. And here we have the rest of the hilt. And this, wow. Okay, so you have two ends. You can see a vast difference in them. This one is an end that you would attach for the purposes of putting in the blade. And then you have this end here, which is for display purposes, because in the film this is more of a proper replica of what the hilt of the lightsaber would be like. It is very thin in these points here, which has always been a bone of contention on the older lightsabers, because they are like that. But that's for the purposes of getting the blade to work. So yeah, so that's, you know, the detailing on this is lovely. There's a sort of worn effect. Don't know if you can see it around this bit here where you'd be holding it. So I like that, like it has been held before. You can sort of see that there. Yeah, very nice. It's just weighty, a whole lot of weight with that. And then how on earth this fits in that, I don't know. Let's have a little look at the book. That will explain all, or I could look at the pictures. So, let's open the little booklet up. Okay, so this bit here fits here. Whoops. So that bit there sits in there like so. So the lightsaber will sort of sit in the cradle like thusly. Which is really nice, really nice. That's obviously how it's going to be displayed. This is the on button here. So if we unscrew the bottom, given that, that's for the sound, those holes there. And then we pull out this here. This is where the batteries sit. You have to unscrew that one screw there to pull back and put the batteries in. Now the one thing that this is lacking, I will say, that the other lightsabers had, is that in the Darth Raven one, I actually got a kyber crystal with it that could fit inside. It would charge, you could take it out, it would glow. And for some reason, that's obviously now omitted from. So when you want it in lightsaber mode, you will put that on to the end. So we'll have that on for now, because obviously I need to ignite the lightsaber and take a look at it in all its light and glory. Let me get this out of the way as well. I don't know why it's still sat in front of me. I've got no idea. I'm just looking in it. So, I've got a screwdriver here. So I will unscrew this screw that is there. And when I've unscrewed that, if it'll come out, come on. Yeah, that will release back. Oh, it will come off. Goes there. That will now come off, and I can get in some AAA batteries, which I just need to grab. So, in we go with AAA batteries. Hope this works, I really do. Place that back on. Screw that back in place. A little screw there. And this then goes back up the underside. You can't get it wrong which way it'll go in, because there's that sort of triangular groove, and inside you've got the same shape, so you can't get mistaken about how to put that in. And then we go in with that there. Now, let's see what happens. Nothing. Right, let's put the blade in and see what happens. Okay, how do we get this little beauty in now then? I've got no idea. Do you know what would help, don't you? If I read the instructions, that would inevitably help. So, the blade itself will go up and through that way, which I didn't do. That'll then sit there like so. Oopsie daisy. At which point, now you can put it in. And again, I don't think you can go wrong with how it goes in, because there's little grooves again that sort of direct you into situ. Okay, so curtains are drawn, so we're a bit darker in here. Draw the curtains. So if I ignite it, I mean, you can see that. You can clearly see the direction of travel. And that in itself is far better than what we used to get on the old ones. So imagine that in a darkened, pitch black room. I like that speed. That's really nice. So yeah, so we've got it on. Now if I press this button on the side, so to turn it on, operate it, you push this up and down. Okay, then you've got a button there. That gives you like effects on it. You press it quickly, you get blaster effects. Press it for a longer time, you get that. If you press and hold it, you get that. So yeah, so those sound effects were very evident. Let's have a look at what they are again. I don't know if I can see, because like I said, I've put the room in a darkened state, or a darker state, shall we say. So, progressive ignition, which is the up and down, which is really good. Blaster deflect effect. can see there. Dual effect, which is that in the middle. It's blue and then it goes to a white. And then there is a way of making it do a like a wall cutting effect. That's the one that I need to quickly look into. So one other bit that I missed in the pack, it's still wrapped up, is this little bit here. And what that does, that sits on the thing like that, on the stand. So when you hold the lightsaber, it holds it in place like so. Obviously, I've got the blade in this, it should be the other one within it. So let me put the other one back on. So I've placed back on the movie accurate hilt, or head of the hilt, which is that. Now you can see why it doesn't work otherwise, because the blade has to fit all the way through that with that big power pack bit at the end of the blade sitting in there, and you won't get it down there. So we swap that out, back out for that, and then we have the stand for it, which is like so. And I am really impressed. I'm really impressed. I'd say this is probably will be my favourite lightsaber that I've got. Even that ignition, the speed of the ignition coming back in when you de-ignite it, it just looks fantastic. And in a darkened room, I can't wait to see that tonight when I'm in the dark. But yeah, so when you take off the thing, not much happens apart from that little noise, because it ain't got that module in it to give you all the other effects. So yeah, so that's a really nice lightsaber. I'm very, very, very pleased with this one. Fantastic. This is AJ, thank you for watching, and I shall see you 2 weeks' time for another Collectible Corner. Back to it. Well, goodbye there.